Hey everybody, it's Shakira. Welcome back to Glow Beauty Wellness here on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the plan for your life, your health plan. And I'm inspired or got inspired to film this video actually last week because we were traveling, me and my husband were traveling, and we got to our business class seats because first class was unavailable. But still, business class has a little more room than obviously the seats in the way back. And there was a lady that was sitting in the aisle seat. I always like to get window seat, which I don't know why because I'm always afraid of takeoff and landing. But I'm always like looking, and my husband makes fun of me. But anyways, we're going to our seats, and there was a lady sitting in the aisle seat, and she was heavier set. And I'm like, oh, that's our seat. Those are our seats. She's like, okay. She had to brace herself, and she made like a grunting sound and was like struggling to get up. Now, when I say she was heavier set, she wasn't, according to the doctor, she probably is like morbidly obese, but nothing that we haven't seen before. We've all seen heavier set people, so on and so forth. But it was the struggle to get up and the grunting, and it just like you could tell she was in a lot of pain. She was a heavier lady. She was traveling by herself. She had her little mask on, so I'm like, I wonder if she has other underlying health issues. And then she started coughing. She was sitting right next to us, and my husband was like, he was sitting right next to her, and he's like, he could feel her body pressing up against his. Made no complaints or anything like that, and I'm not here to talk bad about anybody, but it made me think that we should have goals for ourselves in terms of health and fitness, because think about, especially as women, when we go to lose weight, we go on a diet or whatever, it's because we want to lose weight, because we have something that we want to do. We want to, like for the wedding last year, I was working very hard to look the best I've ever looked in my life, and I succeeded. Like, I looked really good in the pictures. I love the pictures, and I just didn't want to be like complaining 20 years from now, or even 5 years from now, or as soon as you get just to be honest, as soon as you get your wedding pictures, you are like critiquing every single one. And the one thing that I can say I have nothing bad to say about is like the way that I looked. I was snatched, honey. I looked exactly how I wanted to look. But so I obviously had a specific goal for that event, but I have been working on my health for many years, right? Since like 2013 is when I got serious, or when I got like serious on the holistic tip, was in 2013. So I say all that to say, you want to lose weight and maintain your weight and eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle so that you are not struggling to get up from your airplane seat, so that you are not struggling to get up in general or to walk upstairs. I watched a podcast or listened to the video version of the podcast, and I cannot remember the doctor's name, but he was saying that um, when he works with patients, he has them, kind of set goals for what their health looks like in some years. And, so that moment got me to thinking like, dang, because the lady didn't look any older than 50. I'm going to say 55. So it's like, that's too young to have your weight be the reason why you cannot maneuver around. Now, she could have some joint issues. Like, my mom has a knee, she calls it her bad knee, but it's like bone on bone. She was in the military, so there are some joint things there, but she's doing everything that she can to avoid surgery. So she's working out, she's lubricating her joints, she's getting that synovial fluid flowing so that she can hopefully prevent having to get surgery, because surgery, you have to recover from that. And anyways, but my mom works out, eats healthy, and does the best that she can. And I know everybody's reason for weight gain is different. But the truth is that we all know that we should be eating a certain way to maintain our health. We all know that we should be moving. I'm not talking about running 6 miles a day or anything crazy like that. We all know that we need to be moving. We have to move that stagnant energy. If we don't, I used to say this all the time when I was teaching, if you do not use it, you will lose it. Your joints are like screws. If you have a screw and over time, if it's not been moved, it gets really, really hard to move, right? And a lot of times it can get rusty. The same thing happens with our joints. And so I say all that to say, this doesn't need to be a long drawn out video. The bottom line is this: we are going to continue, God willing, to age. But age does not have to determine how our bodies feel and how they look. So, a lot of people have adopted the mindset that the older you get, the more broke down and busted you might get, or the more, weight that you might gain and carry. That doesn't have to be the case if we are mindful of what we are eating and the activity, our daily activity. So as like I am 38, I'll be 39 in August. Um, and a lot of times I'm like, dang, I mean, I feel really good outside of a few minor things. Um, like sometimes I have a fatigue. Look at Rocket. Fatigue. But if I go to sleep at a respectable hour, I probably will not feel fatigue. You know what I mean? Or if I don't drink too much wine, I won't feel groggy when I get up in the morning. So those are things, those are variables that I can control, right? Um, and which I do, and I take accountability of, you know, my actions when the result is not what I desire. So just because I'm pushing 40, in my earthly body, doesn't mean that I have to have 20 pounds of extra weight. Doesn't mean that I have to be on medication for whatever. There are a lot of people that are my age and younger that are obese, overweight, have tons of health issues, and they all trace back to our habits. So when we talk about healthy living, weight loss, and how we want to look, we want to think further than that too. So obviously, I want to look the best that I can for as long as I can, but I also want to feel really good. I don't want to have to like brace myself and feel like, I can't move at all during a flight. Like this flight, it actually was like 2.5 hours or something like that. And we, thank God, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink any water because her getting up, I'm going to feel bad, you know, um, asking her to get up so I can use the restroom because it's like a huge task for her. I mean, she was like, ugh, like making noises like that. So, my goal is to be 80. And if something happens and, like I fall or something like that, I can get up on my own. And that my bones aren't going to be brittle and messed up if I fall and break a hip and all that type of stuff. All these things become normal as people get older, but they don't have to be, in my opinion. I think that if we are mindful of our health, in our earlier years, as our bodies um, age, it won't be a bad thing. It will be more of just like, I got to be more mindful of this. I got to be more mindful of that. I got to change the way that I'm eating like this. I can't drink a whole bottle of wine or 6 pack of beer like I used to in my 20s, which I never drank beer, but wine for sure. I can't do these things because it alters how my body feels um, today, and ultimately it will alter how I feel in the future. And I don't want to. I don't want to live like that. Who wants to live like that? So anyways, just something to think about. Think about the long term, not just I want to lose this weight. Think about what that's going to mean for your mobility. When you lose your mobility, when you lose your mobility, that's that has to be a nightmare and has to feel just horrible. And but the great thing about it is that we can make choices today that will set us up for a healthier future, a more mobile future, and things that you can do from your house. It's just a matter of being disciplined and having the mindset. My stomach is grumbling. I'm hungry. Having the mindset of health, creating a healthy lifestyle. That way, all of these things are just, it's normal to you to feel good in your body. It's normal to you to have a healthy weight. It's normal to you to have really great mobility. And all that it takes to get to that space is dedication and discipline and determination. So that's it. That's the video. Think about how your choices today will affect you tomorrow. And it may be hard to move around right now because you have a little extra weight. Just imagine, I think the statistics say, gosh, I don't know, but every year they say it's normal to gain X amount of weight, but it's not really normal. That's just like the average. So um, think about how, you can reverse these issues by simply having discipline and planning for the future. So that's it. That's the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.